Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the digital world you live in every single day. We're talking about the story of how everything, from the icons you click to the documents you write, actually came to be. So let's dive right in. I mean, really think about that for a second. Before you could just point, click, and drag stuff around, how did anybody get anything done? It's a question that really gets to the heart of one of the biggest revolutions in technology. Just imagine this, a totally black screen, a little blinking cursor, and this text prompt. That's it. That was your computer. No pictures, no menus, nothing. If you wanted it to do something, you had to know its language and you had to type it perfectly. Yeah, this was the era of the command line, a world that ran on an operating system called MS-DOS. So MS-DOS was pretty much the engine inside all the early PCs. And its biggest feature was really what it didn't have, a graphical user interface, or a GUI. Literally everything, from opening a file to just checking the time, meant you had to type a very specific, very precise command. And this created a huge barrier, right? For most people, this was just gibberish. You had to memorize all these commands, understand what drive letters were, and know the exact syntax. If you had one little typo, the whole thing would just fail. It was definitely powerful, but user-friendly? Not a chance.
But then, just like that, everything started to change. Those cryptic commands gave way to something visual, something intuitive, and something way more human. This was the desktop revolution.
Now, this wasn't an overnight thing. Not at all. From its very first version way back in 1985, Windows has been on this long journey of evolution. Every big release, like the iconic Windows 95 or the rock-solid Windows XP, got us closer and closer to the powerful, easy-to-use system we all know today. The absolute game-changing idea behind all of this was the GUI, the graphical user interface. Instead of typing, you could now interact with visual metaphors. Little pictures we call icons, boxes we call windows, and lists of options we call menus. Just think back to that complicated copy command we saw. With a GUI and a mouse, that whole difficult process became a simple physical action. You just click, drag, and drop. That's it. It was so intuitive, so easy to learn, and it blew the doors wide open for millions of people to start using computers. You know why this new approach worked so well? Because it was built on a metaphor we already get, an office desk. The desktop, well, that's your main work area. The taskbar at the bottom shows you what you have open. The Start menu is like your tool drawer, and File Explorer is basically your digital filing cabinet. And they even gave us a safety net with the recycle bin, a digital trash can you can actually pull things out of. Genius. So how did this new system help us manage all our digital stuff? I mean, with this new visual world, we needed a new way to keep everything organized and not let it become a total mess. So behind all that clicking and dragging, there's still a really logical structure. Every single file on your computer has its own unique address, and we call that a file path. Just think of it like a mailing address that tells the computer exactly where to find your stuff. And breaking it down is actually pretty simple. You start with the main storage, the drive, which is usually C. Then you navigate through different folders and maybe subfolders until you get to the specific file, which has its own name and an extension. It's really just a digital roadmap. In that last little part of the file name, the extension, that's super important. It's like a label that tells Windows what kind of file it is. A .docx is a Word doc, a .jpg is a picture. This is exactly how your computer knows to open your report in Word and your vacation photo in an image viewer. Okay, so we have this awesome digital desk all set up, but what do we actually do on it? Well, that brings us to the ultimate productivity toolkit, Microsoft Office. Now, the Office suite has a ton of tools, but it's always been dominated by this core trio. You've got Word for writing, Excel for crunching numbers, and of course, PowerPoint for presenting ideas. These three programs basically became the global standard for getting work done. And just like Windows itself, the way we get Office has totally transformed. You used to have to go to a store and buy a big box full of CDs, or even floppy disks. Today, it's a cloud-based subscription. And that wasn't just a change in how they delivered it. It was a fundamental shift from owning software to subscribing to a service that's always getting updated. So let's zoom in on the two real workhorses of this whole suite, Word and Excel. At their core, they're built for completely different things. Word is like a free-form canvas for text, making it perfect for reports, letters, you name it. Excel, on the other hand, is all about structure. It organizes everything into a grid of cells, which makes it ideal for budgets, lists, and any kind of data analysis. You want to know Word's real magic? It's how it empowers literally anyone to create a document that looks super professional. It's way more than just spell check. Its superpower is turning your raw text into a polished, finished product. With all the built-in templates and formatting options, you can just focus on your ideas, not on messing with the layout. And Excel's superpower? Oh, it's turning data into actual insights through automation. A simple function like sum can add up an entire column of numbers in an instant, but it goes way beyond that, finding averages, sorting huge lists, creating charts to visualize trends, and if you change one number, everything updates automatically. It's a calculation engine on a massive scale. So, when you just step back and look at the whole picture, this journey is incredible. We went from a blank, intimidating screen that forced us to learn its language to this vibrant visual workspace that empowers all of us to create, analyze, and share our ideas with the entire world. This whole evolution of the desktop and its tools has defined how we work and learn for generations. It really makes you wonder, though. With AI, the cloud, and virtual reality all coming at us fast, what will the next revolution in our digital workspace even look like? What comes after the desktop?